Welcome back into the National Basketball Performance Centre as we get ready for our first under-13 girls game of the tournament. South taking on London in around a minute's time. Kaz Bullock here with you on the Basketball England YouTube channel alongside MMU's sharpshooting Eve Shadrick. And Eve, it's been a really exciting couple of days already that we've had so far, and we've got the under-13 girls taking their first games of the day.
I haven't managed to catch any games yet myself, so I'm really excited to see this one. Seeing them warm up as well. They look ready to go, so I think it'll be a good one.
They certainly do, and I've been speaking all morning really about this is such a great learning opportunity for players. You know, they might be playing in different systems, playing for different coaches, maybe playing a different style of basketball to what they used to. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a challenge for the players and for the coaches, and this whole environment is so different to anything else they'll ever experience. So there's definitely a lot of challenges, a lot of excitement. But yeah, it'd be good to see who kind of steps up in that environment.
And this under-13s age group as well, this could be the very first time some of these players have played maybe on a court like this with a crowd. You can see there on your screens a crowd like this. Lots of noise as well, so half the crowd's going to be cheering for you and half the crowd's going to be cheering against you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to definitely make the nerves increase, but also the heat in this building as well. Some of them might have not experienced this before.
It is very warm in here as we're underway, and it is South with the first possession. South playing in red and London in purple, and a travel there will give the ball over to London. So teams have been playing over the year at the Super Region camps, and then they come together here in Manchester for the national tournament weekend. And you'll see that some teams, they don't have that much time to practice together when they're in situations like that, Eve. But then we look at this London team, and there's a lot of representation from the Richmond Knights. So they will have maybe be used to playing with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a big advantage for them. A lot of connections on the court already made, whereas other teams are kind of the first few times they've ever played together and having to find new roles with that different dynamic.
And figure out where your space is as shot doesn't drop under the basket for London. And a high arcing shot just bounces out. London getting some good looks. Parker gets the rebound and gets it over to Shea Sullivan. The pressure defense from Aaliyah Jones-Curtis as a jump ball is called, and it will be London ball.
That was great recovery from London there. They put up an early shot in the offense, it didn't drop, but they got back on defense to get the stop. So it's really impressive, that, especially early in the game.
It certainly is, and for the first game of the day as well, so these players might have seen the under-15 boys teams playing as out onto the break. Great footwork and finish from Ara James. Gets South onto the scoreboard.
Great composure there, especially on a fast break, to be able to stop and redirect. Really impressive.
And when you know you've got a defender coming for you, it can panic you a little bit, but Ara James, absolutely Ara James, excuse me, no hesitation. As the ball goes out of bounds, going to stay with South. South have a 2-0 lead, and as a reminder, we are playing 6-minute quarters. So the game's a bit quicker than usual, and for coaches as well, can that be a little bit difficult to be used to, and for players as well, so your rotations have to maybe be a bit sharper?
Yeah, rotations, but also the style in which you play. Normally with the 10-minute quarter, you can afford to find yourself in the game and kind of take your time. But with this, you want to be out on the break straight away, pushing to score nice and early, because 6 minutes is so quick in the grand scheme of things.
And a jump ball keeps the ball with South. So a 2-0 lead here, 4:32 to play in the first quarter. And coming up after this game, we have the under-15 boys final between North and London at 2:30 today. And then following on from that, it will be the under-13 boys final. And teams they've got quick turnarounds here. So London, who are in the final, have already played. Well, teams have already played 2 games today, and they have to turn around and play a final soon.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the only benefits of the shorter games is that they're probably not as fatigued. Sorry, I got distracted by that play. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge. Not a lot of places to cool down here either.
There's certainly not. And Coral Goulton with the rebound. Goulton playing for the Richmond Knights this season as she gets the ball on the cut. Not able to finish, but that's a good look from Goulton. And South at the other end, all the way to the basket. Shea Sullivan with a chance for an and one play. And it's a 4-0 lead for South over London as we've got a substitution here. Parker takes a seat. And Edienne Adibayi checks in for South. So Sullivan doesn't get the free throw to drop, but James is there for the rebound and the putback. Jones Curtis kicks it out to Ava Fom. Fom all the way. Basket's good and the foul. And that's a difficult finish there from Fom.
Yeah, I also want to highlight Jones Curtis there. She's been really important for London in just pushing the pace and kind of playing with that high energy. I think her attack there early in the play messed up the defense a bit, which allowed the space for the next player to come in.
And plays like that, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, is it? That's something that your teammates are going to recognise, though, that you've been able to get that chance for you.
No, exactly. And at this age, that's what coaches are looking for, because the stats and stuff, they can come later on in the career, but at this age, you can't teach that energy, you can't teach the hustle. So it's really impressive.
As the free throw doesn't drop, James grabs the rebound. Rose Sumner controls it for South, over to Sullivan. That's too strong. As Jones Curtis, ball's intercepted by Libby Taylor. 1-on-2 break, Taylor takes it. Doesn't matter that she's got 2 defenders on her.
I don't think she even blinked. She was eyes set on the rim. She knew exactly where she was going.
And we've got a timeout called here as South take a 6-point lead, 8-2 over London. 3:19 to play. And yeah, what a fantastic finish there.
South are doing a really good job of just remaining composed and finishing the offense, because they've had a few little clean-up points as well where maybe the first shot didn't drop, but they've secured the rebound and then just got the easy putback, which is they're not as impressive players in inverted commas, but actually when you look at the scoreline, every 2 points they add up nice and quickly.
And they're the plays that matter, aren't they, that get you into those positions. And like you said, the scoring kind of comes, it's the skills set at this age group as well. And this is under 13s, this is a really young age group, and there might be some players who've maybe only been playing for like 1 or 2 years here.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, like you said, they're young. This is probably their first experience of this stage, this kind of type of event. So to be able to be composed, especially first game of the day, the build-up's been all day, and they're kind of doing all the calm plays as well. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, because that's something as well. You've been waiting all day. You're ready to play. You want to go, and sometimes there can be a bit of nervous energy, can't they? But
yeah, for sure. And watching all the other teams play, a lot of excitement. It can be easy to just go in way too fast.
So Sophia Modesto into the game for London, and Jones Curtis keeps the ball with London, not able to finish as it's tipped over to Fong. And a high arcing 2 won't drop. Pass will go out of bounds there, and London will have it back. We've got a substitution for London, and we look out on the court, and South look like they have a slight height advantage there. over London, but London are a really quick team, and a lot of players, as we said, playing for the Richmond Knights, are going to know each other very well.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely noticeable around the glass in the key who's the bigger team. But it'll be interesting to see if London can adjust to that, and then, like you said, try and push the pace, get out early, have that kind of 2v1 advantage on the fast break, so they don't allow South to kind of set up in the paint.
Taylor. Sullivan. Eddie Bailly kicks it out. Gabriella Small with the short jumper, not that time. Ball's loose. And who's got it? We've got a jump ball call. Everybody wanted that one.
A little no look. That was impressive.
So it'll be London ball as London looks to cut into this 6-point South lead. And teams will be playing each other once in the group stages. The team that finishes top of the group will move straight on to the final. The teams that finish in second and third place will play each other in a playoff and move on to the final. The floater doesn't fall for Sumner. South not able to finish under the basket. London have it. And Ava Thorpe ready and waiting.
That's exactly what we were speaking about they've got the rebound, they've got the steal, and then they've kept the advantage by staying in front of the South defense.
And it's about moving quickly, isn't it? You see the ball start to go down the court, you get down the court.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball tipped into the hand of Lucia Emmons for South, but London take it back. And Form under the basket is fouled on the shot, able to finish, and Ava Form will go to the line. And Ava Form playing under 12 and under 14s for the Richmond Knights this season, so you see players playing across the age group.
Yeah, I think at this level, the girls are able to kind of move up and down age groups quite easily, quite seamlessly. And like we've said before from previous tournaments, the confidence that brings into their own age group is invaluable, because she's playing with so much confidence because she's been up against better competition or like slightly bigger players.
So then you bring it back to your age group and you're like, yeah, I know I can compete with the higher age group, so
you can just have fun with it at that point.
As Fom hits the free throw and cuts it down to a 1-point game. London putting their pressure on defensively. Oh, what a save there, the volleyball. Shot from Grace Bartlett, and South have it. And a nice shot there from Gabriella Small. A 3-point lead for South. Fom out to the corner. Shot doesn't drop, but will stay with London.
That was a great look from Ava as well. She's had 2 back-to-back plays where she's got to the glass, but this time she found the open play as the defense collapsed. So it was a really smart play there.
Ball just go out of bounds. So South will have it. It's a single possession game. Final minute of the first quarter. And London will be called for the foul. Bella Edigi inbounds. Emmons has it. Oh, great read from Liana Liu. Comes up with the steal, finds Fom. Ball's loose. And a long pass down the court will just go out of bounds. Just going to capitalize on that one. And I was saying earlier, Eve, like at this level, obviously you don't expect players to make every single shot. Players don't do that at the professional level. But it's about getting into spaces and being able to get those looks, because that's the scoring will come.
Yeah, absolutely. And when they're finding each other, like it's all team basketball, that's exactly what you want, because if it's just one person trying to score off every possession, if they're not having a good day, the mental side of it can kind of take a toll. But if everyone's getting a look and everyone's getting open shots, eventually they are going to start dropping. So yeah, definitely seeing that on both sides of the floor as well.
As Modesto draws the foul. So Sophia Modesto will go to the foul line. And that's a name that people might be familiar with. So Sophia Modesto, we've seen her playing for Kingston under-12s this year, but her sister Sienna also playing. We've seen her play at Aspire, and I always think it's fun when you see siblings play, because I'm like, do they have a similar style of play, or is it completely different? And I feel like they're quite similar.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that she's been mentored a little bit, which I kind of love to see.
And it must be pretty cool as well for both siblings to be able to be playing and to be able to kind of share that with each other. Absolutely. I don't think my sister wants to play basketball with me.
Yeah, I've got one brother that does, one brother that doesn't.
So a 2-point lead for South, 15 seconds in the quarter. Adebayi under the basket. Was that what was that called? Oh, it was a foul. So it was a foul against London. So South have it from the end line. So Ediene Adebayi will inbound.
11 seconds on the clock.
Balls into Bartlett. Emmons. Ball's knocked away. Great hands there from Foss. And we've got a timeout as head coach Caitlin Reed wants to set something up here for South. And you can see there, Ava Form, she's a pest. She's a pesky defender.
Yeah, she read that perfectly. She saw the eyes of the offensive player, knew exactly where the pass was going to go and was able to intercept it. I have a feeling the conversation on the South bench would just be to settle down, because when you're playing against a team that's really trying to push the pace and trying to play at a level that you're not necessarily used to, it can be easy to get caught up in that, and you try and match that pace instead of just sticking to your own game, which I think we've started to see in the last few minutes of this quarter.
And there's a reason that, teams have different styles, don't they? And it can be very disruptive when you come across a team that's trying to put you out of your flow.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, South, their advantage at the moment is that they are the taller, bigger team. So they want to play on that advantage rather than trying to beat them in a foot race, because at the end of the day, London are going to win that one.
Just a team of really quick players out there. So big thank you to everybody watching live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. You can like and subscribe, stay up to date with all the action. We've got the boys finals in the under 15 and under 13 competitions coming up very shortly. And then we'll be doing it all again tomorrow from 9 o'clock, where we'll have the girls finals. But right now on court, 4.1 seconds to play, and South up 2 against London in the first quarter. Ediene Adebayi will inbound for South. Ball's into James. James working underneath the basket. Doesn't get it to go, gets the rebound, and they'll just run out of time. But that's a great look for Ara James.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have expected to see out of that timeout. Get the ball inside where we've got the advantage, and then try and play out of that. So they did a really good job of executing that one. Just unfortunate at the rim.
And Ara James with 4 points leading the way for South today. And for London, it's been Ava Form with 7 of London's 8 points. She's certainly put in a shift.
Absolutely. She's done such a good job of pushing the floor. And also on defense, just being a pest, getting in the way, forcing turnovers, getting steals, and also setting the tone for the rest of the team. As soon as she started to do that at the beginning of the game, you can see other players being like, I want to get a piece of that. So they're trying to do the same, which is really good to see.
It's great, isn't it? And again, like I say, at this age level, it's really great to be able to do that, because you see her doing this now at under 13, so you think, oh, okay, so when she's under 15, under 18, what's she going to be like? And then, oh my goodness, in 10 years' time, what's she going to do?
Unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. And you start really strong in these young age groups, and you build it throughout your career.
Yeah, for sure. And I think as well, like we spoke about, the energy, the hustle, all of that is only going to fuel her as she gets older as well and moves throughout her career. The skill, the strength, that sort of stuff is something you can build on. But yeah, the other things are invaluable.
And obviously being part of the Richmond Knights program, a really strong program. We regularly see them at junior Final Fours and being there at the end of the season. So a great organisation to be with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So back on court for the second quarter. It's a London ball. They're down 2. Lou takes it to the basket, doesn't drop, but it's tipped. And London doing a great job on the offensive boards there. As Libby Taylor will get it over the halfway line. It's taken away by Modesto. And it's taken back by South. Lucia Emmons and finishing on the left-hand side. And that gives South a 4-point lead, and then an offensive foul call will go against London. So South will have it back. Heading to inbound. Modesto defending there, and James again underneath the basket. And James up to 6 points. And South putting the pressure on here. London looks to get the ball in. Lou. And ball's knocked away. James gets the steal. And that'll be called for a travel. Sometimes your brain's going a bit faster than your feet. No,
yeah, especially I could see that she saw her teammate in the corner of her eye and tried to make a decision while she was already moving. Definitely done that before.
So it'll be London ball from the sideline. It's a 6-point South lead. And it will go back with South. Over on court 1, Central have an 18-9 lead over North in the other under-13 girls game. But right here on court, South with a 6-point lead, but Lou comes up with the steal, shot bounces out, unlucky for that not to fall. And a jump ball is called. But we've seen Leanna Lou a few times now coming up with that steal, just putting the pressure on in the backcourt.
Yeah, no, she's done fantastic the whole game. And what's nice to see is even when the shots aren't dropping, it's not phasing her. She doesn't just even think about it. Yeah, next play mentality.
Emmons for South against Modesto. Finds James. James working on the baseline, not that time. Jayleen Chinieri. Ball's loose on the floor. And again, it's Lou going for the jump ball. Leanna Lou is just hustling after every single possession. So, London take it from the sideline. Tabby Hamilton will inbound. And players on this London team, so they either play for Richmond or the Richmond Knights or the Kingston Lions. And players that will know each other from having played against each other. So when they come together on the team, it's always really interesting to see that dynamic.
I was actually just looking at where Lou played because I felt like her and Ava were playing very similarly. So I can imagine that's actually a great matchup when they're against each other.
It'll be really fun. Modesto. Ball's knocked away by Parker. It will stay London ball. Good hands from Parker. So Modesto will inbound. And a foul goes against South. So they'll pick up their first. So both teams on just one team foul this quarter. And we'll see Coral Gulton in for London.
I have a feeling as well, just due to the nature of the court as being so short, the referees are probably letting quite a few things go just to keep the flow of the game. So they might be experiencing a bit more physicality than they're necessarily used to.
That's a really good point. And that's something as well, again, that you need to learn to be able to play when that is the situation in the game.
Absolutely, especially sometimes if you're going against a team that only plays half-court defense, then you've got all that space to bring the ball up and set something up, but they're getting full-court pressed with a lot of physicality. So they've got to adjust to that, and it might require them to do something different.
Lolly Askew has it. Over Chinyeri to Chinyeri underneath the basket. Doesn't get it to go, but Gulton gets the rebound. Lou. Chinyeri. Ball's knocked away. And Emmons has it for South. Emmons, too strong. Picked up by Gulton. And for anyone that's seen Coral Gulton do that before, she positions herself really well under the basket. She's such a strong rebounder and oftentimes will out-rebound people bigger than her.
Yeah, a lot of rebounding is just down to positioning and timing. If you can get the taller players into an awkward position and then just time your box out, then you're more likely going to out-rebound someone. So it's really cool that she's doing this at such a young age.
And it's all about like the read of the bounce as well, isn't it, at times?
There's definitely some sort of science behind it, the track of the ball and being able to tell which way it's going to go. Not that I know. I like to stay on the three-point line and watch everyone else.
Well, you're very successful there, so. Chinyeri. Ball will go out of bounds, and sometimes we'll see those miscommunications happen at this level in this age group. So throughout this tournament, because as we said, players are not always used to playing with each other, and you might be playing out of position here.
Yeah, definitely, and also just the fact that it's so loud in here. There's a whole other game going on right next to them. They've got loads of coaches shouting. It just can be a lot to try to shut out all the noise.
And the corner three's up, doesn't fall. Ball will go with London. Yeah, and especially with you sometimes hear a whistle coming from across the other court, and you see players sort of hesitate because it sounds like it's come from here, but you've just got to kind of keep going. Yeah,
no, for sure. It's just trying to stay focused and keep your attention on the game that's in front of you.
And again, good hands from Parker, just knocking the ball away, being disruptive. Meredith Parker playing for the Reading Rockets this season. And that will give South the ball back. They have a 6-point lead, 2:38 to play here in the first half. Oh, a great pass from Ama Osiusu. As the foul goes against London. So Rose Sumner takes it from the sideline. Into Osa Owusu. Back to Sumner. Sumner gets the rebound and doesn't get the second chance to go, but a really nice play there for South. The inbound pass into Osa Owusu and then the cut down from Sumner.
Yeah, no, it was a really great take as well. The way that she was able to adjust her body in the air to get a better position under the basket, that was really cool. I also wanted to note that South have done a really good job to keep London to 8 this quarter, especially when they went on a bit of a run to finish the last one. So, yeah, they've done a really good job defensively.
Yeah, you felt like London had the momentum there to end the first quarter.
Yeah, for sure.
As Bartlett hands off. Emmons, 6 seconds. Emmons runs into traffic. Unable to get the ball out to Bartlett. Bartlett, shot's too strong. Fom grabs the rebound. Goulton takes it inside and draws the foul. So 2 free throws to come for Coral Goulton.
That was a great take. She recognized that the defense was not set and was trying to reach in, and then she just kept the ball protected, so all the contact was on her arms.
And that's something, so I did catch that on one of the earlier games we had, and I've forgotten who it was, I'm sorry, but the protection of the ball is something that's really important, isn't it, when you're trying to get to the basket and draw the foul?
Yeah, absolutely, especially if you're an undersized player, which a lot of the London girls are. If you're leaving the basketball exposed, it's so easy to get a hand on it, and referees, it's always a 50-50. But if you've like visually wrapped the ball, then yeah, there's no way that call's not going in your favor.
As Goulton hits the second and brings it to a 4-point game. 14-10 South lead in London.
1 minute 58 seconds.
South looking to get the ball in as London pick up full court. Bartlett. And it'll go back with London.
I just looked at the South coach there just after that play, because as soon as she caught the ball, didn't think about wanting to keep it herself and is looking for a teammate. And it was something that she was just talking about once you've got the basketball, okay, what can I do with it before I look to give it up? Which always just comes down to confidence.
Absolutely, and someone that is playing with confidence. Ava Fom out there adds in 2 more for London, and it's a 2-point game. Fom with 9 of London's 12 points so far. As Bartlett lines up the 3, it's too strong. And Goulton again, another rebound for Goulton. And a long pass down the court. As Fom has it. And an easy lay-in for Ava Fom. So she's up to 11 and we're tied at 14 all. A fantastic run from Fom and London. Final minute of the first half. And that will give London the ball back and a chance to take the lead here.
What a turnaround. Coaches making some substitutions.
And this is probably the same time as well that London went on that run at the end of the first quarter. Did they just need a bit of time to get warmed up? Or?
I was going to say, I feel like the 10-minute quarters might suit them better.
Oh yeah, because there'll still be another 4 minutes or so.
Yeah. They'd be up by 10 to finish the quarter.
So South able to force the turnover, will get the ball back. Eddie G inbounds to Sumner. James. And a foul on the floor is called. So it'll be London possession. 46.1 seconds in the half. Fom looks to get the ball in. And Jones Curtis has it. Gets it over the halfway line. Goulton. Oh, fantastic pass underneath the basket. Elena Santhianthan not able to finish, but a great look from her. And Jones Curtis comes up with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. It will stay London ball.
Her defense has been crucial for this game. Every time they go on a bit of a run, she's right there with them.
Santhianthan, shot doesn't drop. Fom gets another chance for London. Goulton sets herself in and out. And South have it, 7 seconds in the quarter. James, 3 seconds. Bartlett, not that time. And Goulton definitely getting a hand on that. So to end the first half, it's 14 all. South in the lead for the majority there of the first half, but London able to cut back into it and tie it as we head into half time.
Yeah, I think the main difference maker for London was Ava Fong coming back onto the floor. She just brings so much energy, but also composure in the same way. Like, she's bringing the energy, she's trying to attack, she's looking to score, but also she's making good decisions, and defensively she's just sticking with the play and reading it really well. So definitely don't want to lose her in the third quarter.
You don't. You can see there, so a low scoring quarter for both teams, but 6-4 London coming out on top against South, and FOM with 11 of London's 14 points. And she was a player that was here playing for London at the under 13 level last year, so this is her second time round at Aspire. So maybe she's got that, I say experience at her age, but
yeah,
she's been able to maybe say to some of her teammates, okay, so I know what this is going to be like, and been able to sort of share that with them.
Yeah, for sure. And I think at this age, that is crucial. Like, even though it may have been a year ago, and even though it may have only been her first and only experience at this level, that is going to be everything, because it's still more than her peers and still more than the other teams. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a difference maker for her, and you can tell that the other girls are kind of looking to her in each possession as well. They're looking at her to be like, all right, where do you want me?
But that's great to see, isn't it? And someone to have those kind of leadership skills at this level and this age, because again, it will only benefit going forward.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's almost like that silent leadership. She's not necessarily speaking like you would see maybe in the under 15s, under 16s kind of level, but it's just the fact that she is more experienced and she's playing with that level of confidence that you don't see through the rest of the girls. She's just automatically got that leadership. So hopefully she can kind of tune into that as she gets older and carry that throughout her career.
And if we take a look at South as well, so Ara James with those 6 points, she has been a force inside for South.
Yeah, no, she's, especially defensively as well, like in that second quarter early on, she was getting steals back to back, putting pressure on the ball handler, and like normally you'd expect to see her going down into the paint trying to be a presence and putting pressure on the shooters, but actually she's right up the floor with them, putting pressure on the point guard. So yeah, she can do everything.
And she's a player that was invited to the England under 14 camp in January this year. She's been playing under 14 and under 16s for the Kent Crusaders. So again, she's playing upper level. I mean, playing under 16s when she's playing under 13s here, that's really impressive. Yeah,
it's so impressive. And again, like all of that experience, as soon as she's playing back with smaller players, she's just going to feel like she's dominating.
And you can see her straight there just calling for it, draws the double team and then kicks it out. And ball's intercepted by London. That'll be a foul. That was, of course, it's Coral Gulton, because she will get inside those passing lanes and take that ball.
That's one thing that I really like about Ara, actually, is she's vocal. She's speaking to her teammates. She doesn't care, like, not trying to offend anyone, just give me the ball. Like, I've got a good position. Yeah, I've got a mismatch. Give me the basketball. And that's something that you don't ever want her to lose, because as soon as your bigs go quiet, game's gone.
And it's great for her to recognise that as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think that will probably come from her experience of playing up with older girls that got that more confidence. So she's definitely just taken that on.
So tied at 14 all here in the third quarter. Fong spins, passes out.
Jump ball called.
So that will stay with London. Gulton. Gulton looks for some space. And, that'll be a 24-second shot clock violation. So some good defense there from South, running the clock down. And we're at the point in the game now where teams have switched ends. So London playing in front of South bench, South playing in front of London's bench. And South are not going to be shouting down the clock for London to tell them that time's running down.
Absolutely not. It's definitely, as well, as they get tired, they're going to start tuning out and losing focus on the game. So we're probably going to see a bit more of that going into the later part of the game.
So London ball. Goulton. Over to Fob. Jones-Curtis from deep. Oh, nails it! Aaliyah Jones-Curtis, she's shown us what she can do on defense, and she's showing us what she can do on offense.
Absolutely. Her form hasn't changed either.
And then straight away knocks the ball out of bounds. So substitution for South as Bella Eddie G checks in. So London have taken a 3-point lead after that three from Jones-Curtis. And South will inbound again. And look at the pressure there from Jones-Curtis as the ball's into James. Taylor. And Goulton comes up with the steal, has Fob up ahead, and Ava Fob lays in 2 more for London, and she's up to 13 points. Meredith Parker for South. Parker runs into Fob, and it stays South ball. You see, this is why I want a jump ball column, because I think Ava Fob has forced at least 3 jump balls.
Yeah,
I want a
maybe even 3 in the last 6 minutes.
Taylor gets the ball into James. James underneath the basket, count it and the foul. And Ara James just working under the hoop.
She used her offhand as well to just get that defender out of the way, which again just shows a lot of confidence.
And that's a tough finish for James. And James selected for the England under-14 camp earlier this year, along with Gabby Fakakunde, playing for the Kent Crusaders, were the first girls in club history to be selected for a national team camp. So that's a huge achievement. And really putting Kent Crusaders on the map there as well, when you know you've got young, exciting players coming through. So it's a 2-point London lead. We have a timeout called by head coach Caitlin Reid for South. He wants to talk it over with the team, and you feel here the momentum since the end of the first has swung a little bit with London.
Yeah, for sure. They've all stepped up now, and like we said before, they've been taking the same shots that weren't dropping at the beginning of the game, but now they're starting to drop. So yeah, South are going to have to find a way to adjust to that and try and force them to start taking different shots.
As you see their head coach Lucy Martinez talking to her team. Martinez doing a fantastic job, and it's not just an opportunity for players to learn something new this weekend, is it? It's for coaches as well. They might be able to, they might not have a true big on their team. They might have someone like Ara James for South that can play that dominant position inside, and they get an opportunity to work with players of a different caliber. Yeah,
absolutely, and also the challenge of coaching different age groups too. Some of these coaches don't always have experience with under-13s or even under 15s. Like they're coming from different backgrounds, and you've got to learn different ways to kind of handle nerves, handle emotion, handle excitement, all of those things. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge for coaches.
Tavari Kilminativa at the free throw line, playing for the under-12 Richmond Knights as the shot spins out. And it'll be South ball. Edgy. Drives to the basket, takes it all the way. That's too strong, but the rebound doesn't drop. London have it. Fom leading the way. Goulton calling for it, long two, not that time, and last touch, South. South, I say with confidence. It is London possession. So a 2-point London lead, looking to make this a 2-possession game. And substitutions onto the court. So Jones Curtis will inbound. Ball's into Goulton. From 8 seconds. Pass out to the corner. Oh, Jones Curtis again from outside, making it rain. And London forced the turnover. Jones Curtis now with 8 points for London. And it's a 5-point lead, so biggest lead of the game so far for London. Goulton. Over to Fobb. Back into Goulton, it's knocked away. Adibayi gets it over the halfway line. And it's taken back by Lou. And calling for it, Shailene Chinyere running the floor.
Oh, a great pass as well. Just finding her on the break. Perfectly timed.
And London are really rolling here in the third quarter. And Evans not able to get it to fall. And a jump ball will give it possession to London. I was going to say they feel like they've stepped it up since they've been in the half-time locker room break, but they didn't go to the locker room because we just had a 3-minute half-time.
Yeah,
so
they barely sat on the bench.
Whatever they've done has worked really well.
Absolutely. To be honest, like we said, they were liking the later part of the quarter, so maybe because it's so short, it just feels like it's all the same quarter.
Yeah. Over to Lou. Lou drives to the basket. Parker picks up the rebound. Sullivan out to the corner. Evans, 3. Shot bounces off the back iron. A great save there from Adibayi. And Parker gets the rebound. Evans steps through. And ball's loose. We're going to have another jump ball called, so that stays with the South. And both teams really fighting for possession here. So, Lucia Emmons inbounds for South. Rose Sumner has it. Oh, great defense from Fong, comes up with the steal. We don't have steal stats today, we've just got point stats. I'm going to give her 4. At least 4.
Or at least she's forced some turnovers as well. That's something that I want in the stats column. Like forced turnovers, but they're not necessarily steals.
Like that tip to get the ball over to someone.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one, I like that. I think that the live stats column just isn't long enough.
Exactly.
Needs some work.
Yeah. Make a whole spreadsheet.
And a high arcing shot. A huge basket there from Shailene Chinyere. What a shot. Takes London up 26-17. And they force the turnover at the other end, and they're getting the stops here and getting the scores, whereas in the first half we saw them maybe getting those stops but not able to capitalise.
I think they've managed to bring it back to the first quarter when they kind of forced South to play out of their own style. And yeah, South are looking a little bit rattled, which they managed to do a good job to bring back in the second, but maybe because it's later in the game, the energy's high, it was a bit of a close game. Yeah, maybe they've lost that now.
It can be a bit difficult, can't it, when teams start to pull away? But again, this is something where, for both teams, it's learning to play, one, with a lead, and then learning to play in a deficit and being able to chip into this lead.
Absolutely. And also just like kind of damage control what's happening on the floor, because as soon as a team gets momentum, they can become unstoppable.
And Gulton saves the ball in. It's South that come up with it. It'll be London ball. But Coral Gulton, I don't think she ever sees a ball and thinks, I'm not going for that. No, she's like, every single time,
I wouldn't be
I'm
surprised if
gonna
I
get
see her fly. just fly
down
straight
the
off the
other end.
baseline, throw it back in.
I
Wouldn't
think
put it
it's gonna
past her.
happen.
Yeah, wouldn't put it past her.
So substitution for South, and we see Ara James back in. James leading the way for South with those 9 points, and it's been Ablesong with 13 for London. So let's see if South can cut into this deficit, and another steal for Fom. Ginieri not able to get it to go. James has the rebound and is fouled. So that'll be the third team foul on London. And I like we saw a bit of point James as well. So Ara James is, she's bringing the ball up sometimes. She's working around the top, which you don't always see playing as a big.
No, absolutely. I think it's really nice that they've given her the freedom to kind of play all the positions, because unfortunately it happens a lot, especially in younger levels. If you're tall, you're forced to be a big, whereas sometimes that doesn't necessarily suit the player, whereas she can do it all. So it's nice that they're just giving her that freedom to contribute in all areas.
And then you kind of find where you fit best as well, don't you? Because maybe moving up into the age group, she might not be one of the taller players on the court.
Absolutely, and you don't want to specialise too soon, especially when you don't know necessarily where you want to play and how you want your career to look. So you want to develop all areas at this high level.
And we see it so often, don't we, in the professional game as well, just a lot of positionless basketball now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think coaches have recognized that actually if you stick to one script the whole season, it makes you really easy to scout and for other teams to come up with a game plan against you. Whereas if you can kind of do it all, then yeah, they don't really know how to attack you.
How are you going to stop that? I can go inside, I can shoot outside.
Yeah, you put me in a zone, well, we can deal with that as well.
So Coral Gulton gets herself to the free throw line, averaging 7.5 points per game at the under 14 level for the Richmond Knights this season. Was named Richmond MVP last year, playing for the club. Had a 32-point game as well against the Solent Kestrels last season as first shot short. And gets the second free throw. And so that's the first point Gulton's got onto the scoreboard, but she has just done everything else out there on the court.
Absolutely, just hustling and forcing her teammates to step up with her as well.
As Ava Fom takes herself to 15 points and increases the London lead. So 44 seconds in the third quarter. 2 shots to come here.
I love that the team talk on the floor is currently just a dance break. As it should be at under 13s.
Maybe we could bring that into some of the other games as well.
Do you know what? They might be doing it right. We're all taking it too seriously. Yeah.
So 2 free throws for South. Edienne Adibayi playing for the Essex Charge, the under-13s Essex Charge this season. Doesn't get the first to go. And she won the Cancer Bay Classic Skills Challenge last year at the University of Essex. That's a really great tournament that brings together elite under-12 teams across the UK to champion inclusion, support and positive change, raising funds and awareness for Cancer Bay. That's been founded by Will Wise. He does a brilliant job there. Oh, as South get the ball back. And it's back with London, it's Fong. Lou, able to keep control. Lou, great finish under the basket. A good recovery and then finishing. James lines up a three. Doesn't drop. And he buys there for the rebound. I thought Ara James was going to show us everything that she could do there.
It looked good, didn't it?
It did. It was a nice shot.
You can tell that she does make them normally. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those forms that you're like, yeah, that normally goes.
That's a shot.
Yeah.
So Adebayo back at the foul line. First free throw short. And second one rolls out. London have the ball. Lou calling for it. 1 second, Lou to beat the buzzer. And she does. Liana Lou. A great end to the third quarter for London.
She deserved that one. Absolutely.
And you can see how excited the London bench are there. And they've taken a 33-17 lead over South, so a real swing from what we saw in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. She's done really well to kind of stay composed, run the floor. London have done such a good job to just find each other as well. And yeah, 17-3 is mental.
That's a huge third quarter for London. That's more points than they scored in the first half that they put up in the third quarter alone there. So their game plan has certainly worked. And for South, obviously teams are going to be playing 3 games throughout the course of today and tomorrow. What do you want to see them do now here to adjust in the fourth quarter? And maybe something they can take going forward?
Yeah, I think something similar that we've said in previous tournaments as well. It's not always about the end result of the tournament, but actually what can they learn and take into future games that take back to their home clubs. And with South, I think this has been a really good lesson in, okay, actually, let's stick to our script, stick to our game plan, because as soon as we try and match another team's strength, you're always going to be on the back foot. So definitely going back to the drawing board and thinking, right, when we played our style in that first and second quarter, we looked like the stronger team. As soon as we try and match London, they take the lead. So a lot of positives to take from it, not necessarily reflecting the scoreline.
Yeah, definitely. As Parker with a high shot doesn't drop. And Jones-Curtis grabs the rebound. Saved by Embleton. Embleton into the corner to Fong. Jones-Curtis doesn't drop that time. I think that's her first miss from outside.
Yeah, this half at least.
And on the way to the basket, Bella Edgy gets the roll. Embleton over to Fong. Fong with 19 points. Jones-Curtis, ball's tipped by Parker. Again, Parker does a really good job of that, just getting a hand in the way. And Parker can't get it to go under the basket. Osa Owusu's there for the rebound, and it stays with South.
That's what happens with the hustle.
So Libby Taylor to inbound. Ball's into Shea Sullivan. Back to Taylor. And Ava Fong. 21 points. She has outscored South herself. And ball's taken away by London. Ooh. And London not able to finish there.
An assist from the floor would have been generational.
That would have been great. Taylor. Sullivan lines it up, long two, not that time. And it's into the hands of Fom, and Ava Fom racing down the court. That one's short. And good defense there from Bella Edgy to get back. Just put some pressure on as Sullivan draws the foul. And Shea Sullivan will go to the line.
Yeah, it's really good to see, especially on fast breaks, when they're putting a lot of pressure but they're not committing the fouls. So a lot of the time at this age group, you'll see they're trying to go in for the block. They might not timed it very well, kind of like a greedy play. But actually, we're seeing it time and time again where they're chasing them down, but they're getting a good position and they're just putting pressure enough for them to miss, but not anything to get them to draw the foul. So it's really cool to see.
It definitely is. So Shea Sullivan at the foul line, playing for the Bracknell Cobras this season at the under-14 level, 11.1 points per game. She's also playing for under-16s as well, so again, another player playing up.
We've seen that quite a few times in the South team, which is actually quite normal for that area of the country because there's not a lot of teams down there. So you do tend to see them playing up and trying to get more exposure that way, which obviously is a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to, okay, you might be at a disadvantage in terms of age, but actually when you come back to tournaments like this where you put in your own age group, you've got that upper hand, you've got that experience. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge for them, but in the long run, it's exactly what they need.
And you're playing against players physically stronger and bigger than you, so if you're able to work with that and then you bring it back to your age group, you certainly have an advantage.
Absolutely, and as they get older and they kind of develop as well, when they're playing against bigger players, they're forced to develop their skill. And then as soon as they get bigger and stronger, you've got better skill plus all that athleticism. So it's just a win-win.
So Fom over to Isabel McCall. Jones Curtis has it. Jones Curtis, high three, doesn't drop. And South look to get the ball over the halfway line, and a travel called against South, so London will have it back. I just got really confused then because I saw a lot of players in a London kit walking on the baseline. I was like, are they
They've already left.
Yeah. But it is the under-15s London girls team. As McCall shot short. Good look though for McCall as she picks up the loose ball. Larissa Homaru all the way to the basket, gets the whistle, so 2 free throws to come. And Larissa taking it strong to the hoop. Playing for the under-12 Milton Keynes Breakers this season, averaged 23.2 points over 4 games from January to March. And was also named the Milton Keynes Breakers Community League MVP a couple of seasons ago in 2024. And it's really good to see, isn't it, when you see players coming up through the age groups at clubs, and we see it a lot here in the north with the Manchester Mystics and Magic program, but the Milton Keynes Breakers as well, they've got a fantastic youth program. Yeah, and I mean they're building into their seniors as well. It's really cool to, like you said, build that community, build sorry, I've forgotten the word, but kind of build that foundation, because then you're bringing the attention back, and when players go off to college or they go and find other clubs, they then come back to their home team, and yeah, it just makes a really nice environment. It does, doesn't it? As James to the basket. Ara James. 11 points for South. Modesto hands off to McCall. Chinieri calling for it. Nothing but net from outside. Shailene Chinieri. And South not able to answer. Taylor. Not that time. And a big rebound there from Homaru. It's a 16-point London lead. Modesto racing all the way to the basket. And James doing a good job to secure that ball, not letting anybody get a hand on it. No jump ball force. She kept it above her. So a timeout called with just under 2 minutes to play. And over on court one, it's a 37-35 lead for North over Central with just under 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. So we've got, in the under 15 competition, we've got 2 pools, but in the under 13s game, it's 4 teams in a group, and it is the top of the group that moves on to the final. Teams finishing second and third place will play off for a spot in the final. So there's going to be a lot of basketball that they're going to play over the next, not even 24 hours.
Yeah, it does seem like it's all crammed into one, I don't even know, just a big basketball day. But you know what? It's great, and I think it's a really nice event where you've got the boys and the girls, everyone's playing at the same time. Really brings people together, and they're allowed to support each other as well, which is, it's nice to see.
That's what's really great when you've seen the younger age groups and the older ones supporting each other in the crowd, and the boys and girls teams supporting each other as well, and also lots of support from friends and family in the crowd. So it's nice to see the travelling support from all over the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Wales was certainly making a lot of noise this morning. I think they might have left by now, but
yeah, I've seen a lot of Scottish flags over the weekend as well.
And for Scotland and Wales, so they've been invited to the under-15s portion of the tournament for the boys and girls competitions. And for teams at that age group as well, it's a really good chance to get some international competition against, well, Scotland and Wales each other, but also against players that could be represented in the England teams. Yeah,
for sure. I think it's all this exposure and kind of meeting each other early on, seeing people that you're definitely going to see throughout your whole junior career.
Yeah.
It's just great that they're able to see each other from this age group, because then when they start playing with each other at that kind of national level, they're already starting to build connections on the floor.
Exactly, and it just makes it so much easier, doesn't it?
Especially when other countries kind of have different programs where they maybe see each other more often and they play on the same teams. They already have that advantage, and the UK have always been a little bit behind with that. But yeah, it's definitely nice to see that we're working on that as a collective already.
Yeah, definitely. Libby Taylor adding in 2 points for South. As we've got a foul call will go against South, so it'll be London ball. And that's what it's all about, isn't it, as well? Just bringing the level up in the country as well, and being able to compete, you know, when we're talking about senior age groups, with those other nations that we know have such a really embedded program.
Yeah, for sure. Because then also when we're putting all that energy into the younger age groups, it then just draws more attention, more funding, etc. So it filters up into our elite levels as well.
So that'll be a foul against London. So South ball. And obviously the GB Senior Women's team will be looking to qualify for Eurobasket later this year. And I can't tell you how excited I am to see France playing here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. We do have to wait till February.
I know.
But
I'll be here. Will you be here?
I'll be here, definitely.
Absolutely.
I want to see a Dominique Malonga dunk, please.
Yeah,
so she
I'm going to be courtside.
Yeah.
I don't care how much it costs, I'll be there. Actually, I want to be under the basket.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Baseline,
Hell
just
yeah.
ready. But like, what a stacked French team as well, and Gabby Williams and Layla Lacan, they've done a really good job with their youth program, and we see it now with players moving on into the WNBA as well. Lots of French representation, but I think their program's done a really good job of showing what you can do when you invest in the talent.
Absolutely, investing in grassroots, investing in the young talent. It does take a bit of time, but it eventually filters up and draws attention to the sport, which it's so imperative that we do that as a country if we want this sport to grow. So it's good to see that it's started to happen now.
Definitely. So teams coming back out on court. 1:16 to play. The opening game for both these teams at the under-13 girls group. And 39-24, London are leading South here. in the fourth quarter. Coming up after this game, we've got the boys' final at the under-15s. It is North and London. And that will tip off at 2:30 on the Basketball England YouTube channel. You can keep up to date with all the action on the Basketball England YouTube channel, all the games from the main hall across the 3 days. As balls into Sullivan. Omaru's shot doesn't drop. And ball goes out of bounds. It stays with London.
1 minute, 4 seconds. Still a 15-point lead.
Omaru with the steal for South, takes it to the basket. James tips it. Eddie G doesn't go. Chinyeri racing down the court. Oh! Gets the roll. She enjoyed that one. Chinyeri up to 10 points now for London. So South ball from the sideline. Edgy. Too strong off the window. Ball's tipped. Taylor has it. Over to James. 8 seconds on the clock for South. Edgy stepping through to the basket.
She's been fantastic this game. Like, even when she's had a lot of contact, a lot of pressure on the ball, she's remained composed and been able to execute throughout the whole game.
She really has, and she's got 4 points, has Edgy, but again, doing that work off the ball.
Yeah, absolutely, and she draws a lot of attention because she's such an athletic player. So she's been getting a lot of contact, but without getting frustrated, she's just stayed in the game and then found other ways to contribute.
So, ball goes out of bounds. It'll be London. Nope, South possession with 6 seconds on the clock. So Sullivan will inbound. Edgy. 2 seconds. 1 second, puts it up at the buzzer, won't go. And London take their first win over South, 41-26. They were led by Ava Font with a huge 21 points. I think that's the highest score we've seen today.
Yeah, out of a 41 score, that's very, very impressive.
And Shailene Chinyeri with 10 points, Aaliyah Jones-Curtis adding in 8 for London. And then for South, 11 points from Ara James and Bella Edgy with those 4 points. Libby Taylor also adding in 4 points as well. So South will play again later today, and so will London. But a big win there for London, and they really turned things around after that first quarter.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job of finding a way to play with their style. And it's really impressive to see. I think hats off to the coaches as well for recognizing that. And yeah, commiserations to South, but definitely a lot of positives to take forward into the next game.
Absolutely, and I guess the good thing is you don't have to wait too long, do you, before you play that next game?
Absolutely, the spectators are having a great time.
So we're going to take a quick break now, and we'll be back with you for the boys' final taking place at 2:30 on the Basketball England YouTube channel, so stay tuned.